Hi, this is Tommy from Systems for Dentists, and in this video we'll look at letters and correspondence. Specifically, we'll look at how you can view a patient's correspondence, we'll look at how you can scan and import documents into a patient record, how to add a correspondence note, how to view recalls, how to create a letter and an email, and also how to edit a document template. To view a patient's correspondence, let's first open a patient record. So I'll select a patient from the recent list, and if I select this icon here, that will take me to the patient's correspondence. The patient's correspondence will show all communications to and relating to the patient. So this will include any letters, emails, any scanned documents, any SMS messages. Any documentation relating to the patient will be displayed in here. There are various options at the top of the screen. Let's first have a look at how you can scan documents. You would select source, select the specific scanner that you want to use, and then you would click on scan, and that would scan the document and bring that scanned image into the patient's record. Also, from the top of the screen you can add a correspondence note. So this could be used to record some kind of communication with the patient. So possibly if the patient's phoned up or they've come into the practice to discuss something, you can enter a note to describe something like that. So I'm going to say that the patient's called up just checking on their balance. I'll save that, and then that gets listed in the correspondence alongside other correspondence information. You can also use import, and that will allow you to select a specific document and link that to the patient record. Also, from the correspondence screen you can view the patient's recalls. So from here you can see any recalls that the patient has, and you can select the recall and either delete it, edit it, or you can add a new recall if that's required. You can select the performer, select the type of recall, select the period, and then that will add an additional recall to the patient record. I'll just click cancel in this example. So I'm going to return to the correspondence screen. At the top you can see that I can send an SMS to the patient, I can print labels, and then I can also select to create a letter for that patient. You can also create letters via this button at the top. So this will open up letters, and then from here you can select a specific letter template by clicking New. This will list all of the templates available to be selected. Note that there are the types that you can select from. I'll select one of the templates. So I'll select this general letter template, and then if I click OK, you'll see that the letter opens. So the letter templates use mail merge fields, and that will automatically bring in patient details. So you can see the patient's name, patient's address, the current date, and the patient's registered dentist appears in here. You can then enter some text and edit the letter as required. So I'll put a few details in here. And then if you have a look at the top, we can format the letter. So we can select different fonts, we can change the formatting, change the type of text, etc. Once we're happy with the letter, you've got various options at the very top. You can save it, you can print a draft version, you can print a final version. This will then lock the document and will mean that you can no longer make any changes to it. You can export it as a PDF, and also you can email the document. I'm going to select to email it. Once I do that, it adds a to and a CC field to the letter. If I select to, you can then select an email address. It will list any email addresses in your contact list, and at the top it will display the patient's email address. If I select this and then click on to, it will enter that into the to field, and then click OK. You can see that that email address has been inserted. As it's an email, you can also attach documents or items from the patient record. I'll attach a file, I'll select a PDF document, and I'll attach that. You can see that displays at the top right of the screen. So when you're happy with the email, at the top you've got a send button. But if you want to come back to it later, you can select save. So I'm going to save that draft email. If I go back to correspondence now, I can see that the general letter that I created is here. If I double click on this, this will then reopen the document and I can do any further editing that I want on this. And then when I'm ready to send, I select send. That will then send the email. And now if I return to correspondence, you'll see that the general letter's there and you can see it's been sent as an email. Next, we'll have a look at how you can change letter templates. To do that, I need to select the SFD logo at the top left, select Setup, and then from Setup, I'll select Documents. So from here, you can create and you can change any document templates. I'm presented with a new document, so I could create something brand new from here. I can enter the text to make up the letter or document template that I want to create. And then if I select Save, you can select what type of document it is, and then you could give it an appropriate name. But I'm going to cancel that and I'm going to demonstrate how you can edit an existing document template. So if I click on Open at the top, I can then select the letter template that I want to change. I'm going to select this welcome letter here and then click OK. That opens up the document template. You can then change any of the text as required. So for example, I'm going to say that a 45-minute appointment has been scheduled. Also, you'll notice that there's some text in brackets. This indicates the mail merge fields that exist in the template. These will automatically bring in relevant information into the letter when it's used on a patient record. Let's add another mail merge field. So I'm going to select where I want to put it. Select the merge button at the top, and then I'm going to put in the patient forename. So if I go down to patient, you'll see that there's a mail merge field called patient forename. If I select that, you'll see that that mail merge field is now included in the document. So I've made a few changes to this document now. I'm going to click Save to save the template. Note that next to Save we've got Save As. This would allow you to save a copy of that document with a different name. But I'll cancel that, and what I'll do is I'll demonstrate how to use and open that letter on a patient. If we go back to the patient I used earlier, select Letters, and then I'll click on New. I'll select the letter template that I've been editing, click OK. You'll see it opens the letter. I can see the change there. It also now includes the patient forename. I can now save, print or email that letter as required.